the September 11th edition of Pirates Baseball. All around the country and around baseball, it is a day of remembrance. Game 2 between the Brewers and the Pirates coming up. First, let's check the standings in the National League Central Division. Cardinals 4.5 games up on the Pirates. Cubs involved in a doubleheader in Philly. They are 7 off the pace. Hi again, everybody. Along with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. Dan Potash with us as well. It was a long night last night. Pirates will try to get even with the Brewers here in Game 2. They'll do it with the right hand of Charlie Morton. And Morton looking for his 9th win of the year, Steve.
Yeah, Tim, this is all about Charlie Morton tonight. We need to have him be at his best. He was very, very good last time out against the St. Louis Cardinals after a couple of different, very difficult starts. He had that good curveball downstairs. He was throwing a good sinking fastball, very, very effective. So we need him to be that good tonight. And he was very good against the Milwaukee Brewers back on June 10th when he just gave up 3 hits in a Pirate win. So Charlie needs to be Charlie tonight.
Looking for Charlie to have a good performance. He's going to have to against Jimmy Nelson. Nelson 4-1 against the Pirates this season, and lately he's had the Pirates number.
Yeah, the numbers tell the story. This guy has only won 13 Major League games. 4 of them have come at the expense of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He has been dominant. One of the keys for the Pirates is to try to get him into the strike zone. Don't chase anything bad. He has a tendency to be wild at times.
Jimmy Nelson for the Brewers, Charlie Morton for the Pirates in Game 2 of this 4-game set. It is a free shirt Friday at PNC Park. Great crowd expected. We're glad you're with us. It's the Pirates and Brewers lineups and first pitch coming up.
The old plank, there's a ballpark where the fans meet up when it gets dark. On the North Shore where the flags fly high, and all around the burg with a glass to the sky. We came here to win for our city, lay it all on the line. Are you with me? Waited 5 days for the week to end. Let it all out, come on, join your friends. Run it out, dogs. Yeah, it's finally here. Give us something to cheer for, you know it. Run it out, dogs. Gonna bring us a win, get the WB.
grind kicking off this Friday night rocks here at PNC Park. A gorgeous night here in western Pennsylvania. The Pirates and Brewers, game 2. Bucks looking to get even here tonight, Steve, after last night's very long 4-hour and 44-minute disappointment.
Yeah, that was a tough one to swallow, but you have to move on. That one's gone, can't get it back, and you put yourself in the arms of Charlie Morton tonight. Good crowd on hand, as we all remember September 11th, 2001.
Take a look now at the Brewers starting lineup. Scooter Gennett leads off. Ilian Herrera, switch hitter, third baseman, bats second. Adam Lind and Chris Davis this season against the Pirates, couple of home runs, including one last night, and a .341 average. Peterson, Sardinas, and Schaefer, along with Maldonado, with Jimmy Nelson batting ninth against Charlie Morton.
Hyundai numbers for Charlie Morton, making start number 20. And by the way, just a little sidebar, Charlie Morton is the last Pirate pitcher to beat the Milwaukee Brewers this year. That was back on June 10th. Pitched a very good game against the Brew Crew. Take his personal record at that point to 4-0.
The first pitch of the ball game is a strike to Gennett. 78 pleasant degrees here at PNC Park. Gennett started the game last night with a double off of A.J. Burnett. He would come around and score the first run of the ball game. A.J. last night going 5 innings, giving up 3 earned runs, all of them in the first, and then settled down nicely after that first inning. Ground ball right back to Charlie. 1 out.
That's the way to get things started here on a Friday night.
How about our Rivers Casino tips to win tonight, Steve? What do you got?
It's all about our starter. We want Ground Chuck for the ground balls, the sinker, and we want Uncle Charlie. That's a familiar name for the good curveball. So we don't want Charlie to be one-dimensional. Have that curveball, have that good sinker. That's a great package. When he has them both, Charlie Morton wins. By the way, just an added little thing that you want from Charlie. You want lots of innings after using a lot of the bullpen last night.
Yeah, the two guys you normally expect from the back end of the bullpen, Watson and Melanson, unavailable last night. They were not used. They were rested. Herrera drives this one down into the right field corner. Herrera will hit for second base, and Polanco will hurry it in. And it's a 1-out double for Ilian Herrera.
Ramos Ramirez at first base, and this ball was blistered. Got it kind of up on the inside, and Herrera just simply turned on it. I don't know how close Ramos came to it, but that ball got down into that corner in a hurry.
Herrera at second base with his 16th double.
We saw last night what happened when A.J. elevated in the first inning. He got hurt like that, hard hit balls. So again, we want Charlie to be downstairs.
Jordy playing over toward the bag now, backs off, and Adam Lind takes a strike.
That ball a strike, but probably a little bit more upstairs than Charlie wanted.
287 the average for Lind. He batted cleanup last night. With Ryan Braun out of the lineup tonight, he moves up to the third spot. And he hammers this ball deep to right center, and it is gone. A 2-0 lead. Adam Lind with his 19th home run, and the Brewers on top early.
Is this last night or is this tonight? It's the same kind of feel right off the bat, literally. We talked about Braun being out of the lineup. Lucroy, Segura. I think it'd be a little easier. And that ball is right there in the go zone. So both those pitches up higher than Charlie would have liked. He got away with the first one, not the second.
Chris Davis had the home run last night. Put it over the bushes in center field.
And there's another high strike.
RBIs 80 and 81 for Adam Lind.
That ball got out of here in a hurry. That was gone off the bat. It's one of those signature home runs. You don't have to wonder if it's going to clear the wall or not. Again, He gets away with this one.
And McCutchen coming in. He'll make the catch for the second out. And defensively for the Pirates, McCutchen making that play. Josh Harrison in left field tonight. Larry Polanco in right. Gung Ho at third. Jordy Mercer at short. Walker at second base. And Ramos Ramirez making his third career start at first base. Chris Stewart doing the catching tonight. Figured Francisco Cervelli catching all 13 innings last night that Stewart was going to be in there in this game.
That was a full shift for Francisco last night. Stewart did come in and get a base hit.
Shane Peterson takes a strike.
And again, Charlie working upstairs. Now, he can visit that neighborhood every once in a while, but usually it's a departure from the low sinkers to go up and surprise somebody. These high fastballs have not surprised. There's a good-looking breaking ball.
Yeah, Craig Counsell going with a left-handed lineup primarily tonight. So Ryan Braun and Gene Segura with scheduled nights off. They had this lineup set to go knowing they were facing a right-hander tonight. And wanted Braun to get a day off. So first-year skipper trying to mix and match lineups, getting some other guys in there tonight. Full count to Peterson. Adam Lynn still smiling. Lynn contributed offensively last night in game one as well. Peterson walks with 2 outs.
And there's a lot of restless fans here in the ballpark early on.
I think, Steve, people scratch their heads because the Pirates play well against the Cubs. They play well against the Cardinals. They play well against other top teams in other divisions. And the two bottom teams in their own division, they struggle against the Brewers and the Reds, and it just makes you scratch your head.
It does make you scratch your head, but we make better pitches against those other teams that we're beating. There's a reason we're beating them. We're making better pitches, having better at bats. You can make it more complicated about that with a lot of statistical information, but it does boil down to that. These pitches that he got hurt on here upstairs.
Luis Sardinas at the plate. 0-1 pitch fouled off, and it's 0-2. 0-2, and Morton ahead of him. 2 runs in on the home run by Adam Lynn.
Sardinas, one of the 2 switch hitters in the lineup, Herrera the other in the 2 spot.
And Nevin Ashley next to a former Pirate farmhand. Peterson getting back.
Pretty decent move by Charlie, as there was a little indication that Peterson might be taken off for second.
Two to Sardinas.
And the Brewers don't run very much. They've got a total of 7 stolen bases in the lineup. Braun has 22. I think Segura had the other bunch.
He had 22 also.
Yeah. They're not in there.
You take 44 steals out and replace it with 7. Chances are good you're not going to run very much. Sardinas ground ball to Walker. And he is out. 2 runs, 2 hits, home run by Lynn after a half inning, 2-0 Brewers. forget. Take a look at the Toyota lineup for the Pirates. Gregory Polanco leads off, and Harrison, McCutchen, Ramirez batting cleanup, Gung fifth, Walker, then Mercer with Stewart catching, batting eighth, and Charlie Morton doing the pitching, hitting ninth. Polanco stepping to the plate, getting set to face right-hander Jimmy Nelson.
Yep, in his first full season, making start number 29, and he certainly has had the Pittsburgh Pirates numbers. 4 wins, 1 loss. This is start number 6. 26-year-old right-hander out of Klamath Falls, Oregon.
.261 for Polanco. Hit a home run in the 12th inning to lead it off to tie the game at 4. The Brewers had taken the lead in the top of the 12th. And then Gregory tied it. We went to 13. His 8th home run of the season. It's a no-doubter also. It's really good to start to see him get that stroke going again.
He's certainly strong enough. A couple of strikes thrown by Nelson early. He can be wild. He's very good against the Pirates in controlling his pitches last time out. No walks, but the previous start before that against Cincinnati, he walked 8.
Bouncer is short. Sardinas picks it up and throws a little bit wide. Safe at first. That's Polanco. Leadoff man aboard.
Has to be an E6, doesn't it, on the throw? It would have been very close because he has that kind of speed, but that ball is there in plenty of time. Offline. We'll take it.
A throwing error, charge to Sardinas. See the throw in the Allegheny Health Network Super Mo.
Good hustle. Maybe that kind of speed forces the defense a little bit. Segura not in there, not their regular shortstop.
And a ground ball to third base on the first pitch. Harrison, and that's a double play. So just like that, there's nobody on and 2 out.
Double plays hurt the Pirates last night, certainly. A couple of hit and run double plays, strike them out, throw them out. As Maldonado, the catcher for the Brewers, had a great night last night throwing.
This is our Chick-fil-A double play. Easy hop for Elian Herrera. Ball was hit hard enough. The Brewers had all day to get both outs. Well, here is Andrew McCutchen last night, hitting his 150th career home run. To go along with 150 stolen bases, only the second Pirate ever to accomplish that feat. Barry Bonds the other. Bonds had 176 homers, 251 stolen bases. .1-0 pitch. And that is low. In fact, McCutchen, Steve, is only the 8th player to be 150 in his first 7 seasons in the majors. It's a who's who on that list. Willie Mays, Bobby Bonds, Darryl Strawberry, Eric Davis, Barry Bonds, Alfonso Soriano, and Matt Kemp.
Good company.
Strike called, 2-1.
Not so sure Andrew agreed with that call. Got a piece, perhaps. Plate umpire Manny Gonzalez thought so.
Inside, it's 3-1. Nelson went back in there.
We were talking about the control issues at times for Nelson. He's walked 62. That's good for 7th in the National League. You want to force him to come into the strike zone. You don't want to chase. Don't help him out. Do not help him out. What he's done so far this year, he doesn't need much help.
Touch taking all the way. The count is full.
Interesting. On a 3-1 count, taking all the way. Many times that's the go moment.
That's a hitter's count. Payoff pitch. Inside ball 4, and the Pirates have their second base runner this inning. Our Allegheny Health Network injury update centers around one of the Pirates outfielders. Last night, Starling Marte got plunked in the back of the left shoulder. Today in the clubhouse, he had a big ice wrap on it. Still feeling the effects of it. Marte eventually left the ball game, stayed in for a bit, but then eventually left, replaced by Jeff Decker, and not in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, he really took a shot there.
Seemed a little sore today.
Not surprised.
2 men out. Ramos Ramirez facing Jimmy Nelson here.
Nelson has given up 18 home runs.
There's a 247. He takes down and away. Maldonado coming out in front of the plate. When a catcher does that, Steve, he's not making a trip, obviously, over to the mound, but usually there's a message delivered.
Yeah, he wants to get your attention. Come on, are you gonna fool around here, or are you gonna throw strikes for me? Sometimes it can be that simple. And you can do that with body language as well as verbally.
And a strike call. Now Manny Sanguin used to do that. Did you need help?
We needed the body language because the verbal part didn't always work. He would speak in Spanish and I would listen in English. He said he didn't want to come out and talk to me until the third inning. He said I was too hyper.
Cutts gets back in plenty of time.
That's a true story. He tells people that to this day.
Cutts with 7 steals on the year. Ramirez bounces a foul, and it's 1-2. Ramirez feeling the effects of that one.
Right off the top of the foot.
None of them feel very good, but that's high off the foot. That really hurt.
That one hasn't really started to hurt as much as it's going to yet. Andrew knows how that feels. The real test is if you do it in the next at bat or the next day or so, hit it off the same spot, and you got some real issues.
Cutch stays right where he is. You see the lighter spot there at first base. Looks like the grounds crew didn't put as much water out there today. I wonder if that gives the guys at first a little better track.
Well, if it does, it works for both teams. But we told you that the Brewers don't run very much. You wonder if that is by design or not. I really don't know. But, I can't think of any other reason that it would be better footing for everybody heading towards second base.
Ground ball to short. That does it for the Pirates in the first inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. 2-0 Brewers after 1.
Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota helps you get the most out of your drive. Just ask a friend who drives one. Toyota, let's go places. And by Barrel Automotive, we're driven to be better. Let's go Bucks.
2-0. Brewers on top of the second inning. American flags on the hats of the players as well.
All over the place, all over our country. There's a lot of American flags today. By the way, last night, after a very, very difficult first inning, AJ got it together. Let's hope that Charlie can, as he works here to Logan Schaefer. And one of the things, if you're not able to get the fastball downstairs, maybe you start throwing more curveballs. Now, he has had good luck throwing his curveball effectively to left-hand batters. He's going to see a bunch of them tonight. So if the fastball is not working early, well, try something else, come back to it.
Schaefer with a base hit to left field. Harrison will get it back in quickly. Schaefer had the base hit that drove in the game's winning run last night in the 13th. Gets the start here tonight. Starts the second with a hit.
After coming inside, first two delivers, now he goes away, and Schaefer does a nice job of poking that ball to the opposite field. 89-mile-an-hour fastball, so Charlie continues to get hurt with the heat early on. And this has got to stop for a lot of reasons. You want to win the ball game, you don't want to let it get away. Also, a bullpen that's tired, and Charlie needs to get it together personally too, because if he doesn't, he could be out there a long time. This could be a very, very difficult outing for a starter when a manager is trying to protect the bullpen.
Yeah. Go home, Milwaukee.
They're not going anywhere.
It's a good sign. 0-1 pitch to Martin Maldonado. There you go. Yes, he did. And Reynolds rings up a strike. Well, and also, Steve, something that's very important for somebody like Charlie and any of the pitchers right now, the fact that the Pirates have 6 starters at the moment, and they will have a 5-man rotation.
So, according to my math, somebody's out.
Somebody's coming out of the rotation at some point, perhaps on the road trip. But with the doubleheader coming up and a day off mixed in, it's not something that's pressing at the immediate moment, but Clint Hurdle was pressed on it today. He said we are going to have a 5-man rotation, not a 6-man. Ground ball third base, Jung Ho to Neal.
Easy.
And a nice backhanded scoop by Ramirez for the double play.
Thought it was going to be easier than that. They got it done. Plenty of time with Maldonado running, and a little more drama at first base than we needed, but it ends well with a double play. You get the catcher who doesn't run well at all. This part's fine. This part is okay. Good pick by Ramos.
Here's Nelson taking a strike.
Well done by Ramos.
A little ground ball to Mercer.
More like it. More like it, Charlie.
Go, keep getting those ground balls. No runs a hit, that's it. 2-0 Brewers after an inning and a half.
2-0 lead as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Of course, tonight we're remembering the lives lost on that tragic day of September 11th, 2001. The Pirates having a role in that this evening. Before the game, Troy Richard actually had a chance to throw out the first pitch, and this is a video from the 2001 World Series Game 3 when President Bush threw out the first pitch. Brewers manager Craig Counsell was on the field as a member of the Diamondbacks for that game.
When the president went on the mound, I think everybody just stopped what they were doing and just took a second to soak in the moment, really, because it was a really cool moment. It was very symbolic moment, you know, and it was just cool. It was incredible. Gave everybody in that stadium, I'm sure, had chills.
Craig also had a chance to remind us of the story that was, well, I guess became known to everyone, that before George the president threw out that pitch, that Derek Jeter had a chance to tell him, make sure you don't bounce it because the fans here will boo you. And he didn't bounce it.
Threw a strike.
Yes, he did.
What else would he have thrown? This guy came all ready.
Yeah, he has got it going on.
He must have played. Jung Ho Kang leading off for the Pirates in the bottom of the second. 2-0 to Jung Ho. Sit safely in 4 straight.
We also should mention, Tim, that there's another reason we need Charlie to be sharp and the Pirates to win, because the Cubs all over Philadelphia in the first game of that doubleheader. They're on our heels.
They have a chance to make some ground in one day. It's a neat shirt. All the boys are on there. And it's in the shape of the Pittsburgh skyline. Very nice.
Where's the Batman signal?
It's too light. Can't see it. That might have been a one-night only deal.
There's Gotham. Always looks good. It starts to look better as the evening wears on.
3-2 to Jung Ho. Well, he's looking pretty good over there at third base. He played a lot of shortstop when Jordy Mercer was out, but seems to be pretty. And even though shortstop was his primary position in Korea, third base seems to suit him here.
He was everywhere last night. I couldn't find him, and he kept going back and forth. It was like musical chairs.
Poke to the right side, and Jeanette throws him out. 1 out for the Pirates in the second inning. Just a gorgeous night tonight. Golf building, red, white, and blue colors. September 11th, and this was what it looked like last night over A.J. Burnett, the bat signal, and his tweet earlier today, straight up Legitsburg. Well, the mayor made it happen. And he wanted it done, and it got done.
You know, it was one of those nights last night where he gave up 3, but then the Pirate pitching, including AJ, shut it down the rest of the way. It's one of those nights, if you got the bats going, hey, you know, he's a tough start, and then he got it together, got the win. You know, you score 7 runs, 5 runs, it becomes a whole different perception of his outing. Because he was quite good after the first inning, but the Pirates could not muster any offense. When you're having a good year, you give up 3 in the first, you win 7-3. Hey, another good one. Wasn't to be.
Walker ground ball right into the glove of Nelson. 2 men out. Steve, though, when you essentially come off the DL, but when you haven't pitched in a month plus like AJ, you haven't pitched in a game. I mean, you can't simulate. Even though you have a simulated game, it doesn't simulate what you experience in the game.
No, it's completely different. The whole energy level. And he was right up front in the newspaper today. He said, I wasn't overly amped up or anything. He said I wasn't throwing good pitches. So he took the high road on that. But yeah, it is different when you come out. for one thing, I was on the DL for 5 weeks one year with an elbow injury, and came back and thought I could throw the ball through the wall. And you get that much rest as a starter, you're going to feel strong. Now, how you harness that, if you're able to, you're going to probably try to throw the ball harder because you feel stronger. Maybe that gets you upstairs.
Jordy fouls this one off to the right.
We were talking last night. How do you get the ball downstairs when you're feeling that strong? Either shorter stride, longer stride. You can try different things. But guys that have been around a while, and AJ certainly has been around a long time, he's got a regular rhythm, a regular pattern where that front foot goes a certain place, pitch after pitch after pitch, game after game after game. So sometimes that adjustment is not as easy as it sounds. But he certainly got it together in the second inning from then on.
Oh, man. Look at the bat. It's a foul ball. Marte got it on the shoulder last night. That one somehow missed Mercer, but got the bat instead.
He has hit 11 batters. That's amazing that ball in that location doesn't get a piece of your hand somehow.
It really is.
Of course, he chokes up a little bit. That's a factor. Doesn't give you much room, though.
Marte getting a rest tonight. Feels confident he'll be back very soon. Sugar helps.
You know what else is going to be a factor? Well, we got 22 games after tonight.
22.
Who's going to stay healthy for 22 games? Doesn't seem like a big task. Just 22 games to stay healthy, but it can happen in a moment to one of your critical players, people in contention. So you don't think about that a lot, but it can happen, and it has happened.
This one will make the seats. Yeah, the Yankees found that out the hard way. Mark Teixeira, their slugger, will not be playing for the rest of this season now. They found a fracture in his leg, and he's out. And that's the guy they were going to be depending on, especially when they're in the series with Toronto battling for the American League East lead. Nelson with the payoff pitch. 2 down, bases empty.
Well, you know how much it hurts when you just bang your shin?
Yeah.
Teixeira has a broken shin.
Yeah.
That's hard to even imagine. I mean, you don't really have to do much to your shin to have it hurt a lot. But if you have a broken shin or a hurt shin and you get an autographed baseball, that's probably going to make it feel a little bit better.
Slow ground ball to short. Sardinas with it. And the Pirates going in order. 3 ground balls. 2 innings in the books. 2-0 Milwaukee. the plays of the week on a Friday Night Rocks. As we take you out to Mount Troy. Thanks, Troy. He was well dressed tonight.
Stylish.
Got the required outfit on. Scooter Gennett nearly swung out of his shoes at strike one. Gennett is 0 for 1. He grounded out to Charlie to start the ball game. Oops, this one foul past first. No balls and 2 strikes to Gennett. Apparently against this ball club, against any ball club, it's important too. But the way that the Brewers have put first inning runs on the board against the Pirates this year, and it's very important to get that first guy out in the inning.
It's been one of the early commandments in the pitcher's handbook. Get the leadoff man, you're halfway home. Doesn't compute that way, but you feel like it. Get the leadoff man. Charlie last time out very good against the Cardinals. Just gave up one earned run. Another ball fouled away. But no offensive support. The Pirates lost that game 4-1. But Charlie pitched very, very well after a couple of very difficult outings previous to that.
Charlie with a 1-2 count on Gennett. Third time he has started against the Brewers this year. He's 1-1 in his previous 2 starts. Adam Lind with the 2-run homer in the first inning.
He even looks strong, doesn't he?
Yeah, it looks like there should be a blade on the end of his bat. It's like a lumberjack. 2-2. Still 2-2.
They say those kind of guys can go bear hunting with a switch. Should be riding in on Babe the Blue Ox. Playing the part of Mongol in Blazing Saddles.
Hopefully he doesn't punch any horses. Backhanded by Ramirez. His toss to Norton is awry. That's the second time Ramirez has done that in 2 chances. That seems to be the play that he is having the most trouble with in his transition from third to first base.
Went over and got the ball on the backhand side. And then catches a flyer. Just it's hard to know why this happens. It's a very routine play, but he's not used to making that play. But there's Chris Stewart. Thank goodness he is sliding down there, or else you got a man on second as a result of a bad play.
1 on, nobody out. Elian Herrera 1 for 1 with a double. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Shows bunt, takes a ball.
So once again, a very disjointed start to a ball game against the Milwaukee Brewers.
Brewers have won 7 straight against the Buccos. They've swept them the last 2 times in Milwaukee and won last night's game. Pirates certainly had their opportunities. Big opportunity in the 7th inning last night. Bases loaded, 1 out. Swung at a number of pitches out of the strike zone and didn't help their own cause much. Just came up with 1 run. Did he borrow your hat, Steve?
Yep. That's my favorites.
That's a great hat.
That's all right. He's reading my book.
It's okay, too. Well, maybe some of the chapters.
They might.
There's a couple things you probably
want to have him wait a few years. Yeah. It is my book. It is my book.
Yeah, that's Steve's picture right there in the front.
Pretty good lead.
There's a bouncer. There's one. This will be a tag play, and he didn't get it down in time.
And that's an issue that not very familiar with. A right-hand throwing first baseman has got to find a way to get that ball past that runner at second base, an accurate throw. Ramos gets it there, and now he's got to go high because he's right in line with that runner, and as a result, that high throw.
I think he tagged him, Steve. Look.
Well,
let's see if he got him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the high throw was created by the fact that he was throwing right in line with the runner. So let's hope we get the call.
That's going to challenge it. They challenged a play last night at second base involving Ryan Braun on a steal attempt, and they had the call overturned.
Yep, it was the right challenge.
Looked like Jordy might have got Jeanette on the knee before his foot touched the bag.
Here's the issue. Where's the foot? Where's the tag?
Bang.
He just scraped down the side of the knee. Why is he retagging then? I wonder. Just to make sure. There was a little bounce on that lead foot coming into second base. That's what kind of opened the door, perhaps, to have it challenged.
And the play by Ramirez at first base, very good to get that play started. Well, here's the call, and it's overturned.
All right. So
it's a double play.
Bring that high throw down in time. So Ramos Ramirez gets the redeemer. DP 3-6. And he really takes care of a tough hop. The early part of that play was pretty impressive because he had to take it between hops. There's the high throw. See the foot bouncing. And the tag on the way down. They say he got enough. He got a piece of him. Second double play.
2 outs, and the batter is Lind. He takes a strike. One ball, 1 strike to Lind.
Charlie got way out in front of that curveball. There's no way you can get it to bend in far enough to catch back up. Not wasting any time here.
To left center, McCutchen on the run. Nothing across for the Brewers in the third. Charlie puts up a 0. Root Sports this weekend is Dana Holgerson and his WVU Mountaineers play host to the Liberty Flames. It's all part of a wild and wonderful sports, and it kicks off live tomorrow at 3 o'clock on Root Sports. Mountaineers in Morgantown. Great news this week, Steve, too. The backyard brawl coming back.
That was a great thing. Glad to see it's coming back. It's going to be a few years before they do it, but it's on the books. It was always a lot of fun. Great party night.
Pitt in West Virginia coming back. It's going to be, it will be a big celebration.
Oh, yeah.
So, doubleheader tomorrow. You got West Virginia football, and then Pirates and Brewers.
There you go.
Chris Stewart batting against Jimmy Nelson in the Pirates' half of the third inning.
And speaking of party nights, I want to give a shout out early because we never know how long these guys are going to stay upright. But the Bucco fans watching on Root Sports in Deep Creek for their 17th year at Men's Town. Got to get that in early. We don't know their current condition, but it's deteriorating. Take my word. So, guys having a good time down at Men's Town.
As long as they're upright.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
Join Bucco baseball down at Deep Creek. That's a good time.
Ground ball to second. One out.
And Jimmy Nelson, and the ball's dropped at first base, but first base umpire Jim Reynolds said he was in the act of throwing. That will not be challenged. No issue there.
That's 5 straight ground ball outs, and when you go past the walk of McCutchen back to Harrison, it's another ground ball 2-out play. Yeah, it's just on the exchange there.
Nelson on his game, and when he's throwing strikes, he's tough.
Charlie Morton up. He told me something earlier today about another Jimmy Nelson.
Jim Nelson, yeah, I never used the name, I never said it was Jimmy, but Jim Nelson was the winning pitcher in the last Pirate game at Forbes Field, June 28th, 1970. Went on a road trip and came back to the new ballpark. He got the win in the last game. It was a doubleheader. Dave Jussie, my old roomie, got the win in the first game, and then he saved the second for Jim Nelson. So Dave got the W and the save. Jimmy Nelson got credit for the win in the last game, played by the Pittsburgh Pirates in Forbes Field. And we tried to scrape up every souvenir we could find. The Saturday night before that Sunday doubleheader, putting things aside, grabbing things.
Sardinas throws out Morton. It's another ground ball out.
Jackie Hernandez, who made the play to shut down the World Series. There's a ground ball by Merv Redmond, hit the mound. Jackie out on the outfield grass, and that's the name of that game. Look at that maniac.
Well,
jumped on the right guy.
You used to move fast.
I was young. Tim. A lot of years ago. Jackie Hernandez.
Yeah, so
happy birthday, Jackie.
Happy birthday to Jackie.
Yeah, good guy. Good. And that's the guy that Earl Weaver said you can't win the World Series with Jackie Hernandez at shortstop. Well, guess what, Earl? The late Earl Weaver, we won it with Jackie Hernandez at short.
I think that youngster just read that paragraph in your book. That was in
Animal
your book.
Alphabet?
Yeah, that was in your book. Among a few other things about that series.
That was a good party.
I'm glad you stayed upright.
I did. In shock for about a month after Mr. Clemente's showcase. We've got Roberto Clemente Day coming up, what, the 16th?
16th.
Yeah.
The family will be in town. 1-0 to Polanco. 1 ball, 1 strike.
We'll be gathering at the Clemente Museum on the 17th, the day after that, after the day game.
It's one way to make plans. His birthday coming up.
Well, there it is.
You know, today you could just tweet the invitation or use another way to. That's an old-fashioned proposal right there. Smack foul. Polanco kept us playing last night. Gave the Pirates a chance to win on the 12th for this leadoff smash.
Put that pitch down and away, just turned it back around and got it out of here in a hurry. Wrong tater.
That was home run number 8 for Polanco. Two pitch. Another ground ball. Right now, Jimmy's got the Pirates in a full Nelson.
To say via Twitter about the bat signal last night. Well, here's what he had to say to us in person after the game.
Pretty cool, man. I mean, that's by far the coolest thing that's happened to me in my career. So, you know, much rather have a W behind a night like that when that comes up. But the people, the city, everybody behind that, a big thank you, because that's incredible.
Yeah, I would say that what we saw last night was pretty cool. Not every day that you get a chance to take the mound with the bat signal on 3 different fixtures, if you will, buildings in downtown Pittsburgh. And he said it's probably the coolest thing that's ever happened to him in his career. It probably tops what he did to the Marlins truck in Miami when he took out the back windshield back in 2001. 2000? Yeah.
Yeah, through the pitch.
Yep.
Right through the window. The warm-up. Yeah, I would say that's a topper.
He's not the only person that did that. That's
Who else? Who else, Steve? Come clean. I know.
Used to be the promotional thing. They paraded around for prize day, car or truck. I didn't get the window. I got a piece of it.
You dent it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Was it the you break it, you buy it kind of thing?
No, scratch and dent. Yeah, I got it free. Right, not.
Chris Davis, 1-1 pitch right down to Jung Ho. One out for the Brewers in the 4th.
So Charlie certainly has settled down.
But as Charlie continues to settle down, I hope he stays that way. In the meantime, the Pirates need to find a way to get some lift on the baseball.
Yeah, everything on the ground. Jimmy Nelson has been as he has been all year against the Pirates. Just very, very tidy, very efficient, very impressive.
Shane Peterson walked his first time up.
Good looking pitch there by Charlie. One of 2 things happened right there. Didn't get the pitch or it missed.
Is that like throwing a football? When you do that, 3 things can happen. 2 of them are bad.
Yeah. Didn't get the call. It was a strike or just flat out missed. Big swing by Peterson. Empty.
So 2-2 to Shane Peterson. And starting in right field tonight. Kurt Counsell wanted a left-handed bat in there against Morton. And ground ball toward the middle. Mercer backhands, jump throw, got him. Jordy had just shifted.
Where did he come from?
After strike 2, he just moved over to the other side of the bag, and Peterson went the other way.
Yeah, he was in short right field. Comes across and back at second base. The jump pass delivery up in the air. All you got left is your arm. You can't use your legs anymore, and he gets it done. Very close at first, but get the out call. Nice play.
We're on the stretch just enough. We're starting to learn the intricacies of the position at game speed.
So good work on both ends. 6-3 the hard way.
Two 2-0 the count to Sardinas. Now it's 3-0. Charlie trying to get back in this count after getting the first 2 men out. Charlie has faced just 3 men in each of the last 2 innings, helped out by a pair of double plays. One in the air toward left field, and Harrison there, and he cannot get it. And Sardinas into second base safely. Not sure if Josh had a problem with the lights.
Many times that's the first thing you think about. It can get at such a perfect height to align itself with the lights. Let's see his reactions. He's looking. I got to believe that's the case, because if he's looking, I think he was looking kind of side saddle to get a visual angle that he could deal with, unless he just failed to realize how much it was slicing back. But well, he got a piece of the glove, just didn't get it.
That's the initial ruling on that is going to be a hit, but we'll see if it stays.
Well, whatever it's ruled, if it's going to happen, you want it to happen with 2 outs so we can leave that runner at second base. Starling Marte has known that feeling.
Dylan Culbreth says he didn't go.
And he's the crew chief, so what he says stands. I'm going to take the high road and at least speculate that it was a situation with the lights.
In the dirt, and it's 2-1 to Logan Schaefer. Schaefer with the base hit in the second to lead off the inning, then was doubled off in the play by Maldonado. They have now changed that double to an error. So 2-base error. It takes the hit away from Sardinas.
Well, let's see if Charlie can pick him up. He picked up Aramis Ramirez, although Aramis Ramirez kind of picked up himself, being involved in that double play after his error. The Pirates have won their share of games when they've made an error or 2 or 3, but it can't continue. The breaking ball off speed, the curveball. Charlie starting to feature that more and more to these left-hand batters that have been stacked up against him. First things you learn in baseball: don't give teams an extra out. Bad lifestyle.
Be on the wrong end of the score more times than not.
Yep, give them 3 outs that they're allotted, no more. Way inside and up and in. Boy, delivered right where he had the glove. Chris Stewart had the glove right there, and Charlie delivered it. Just missed slightly.
They're having a J-Hay party.
It's a birthday night.
I see. I think once they saw J-Hay out there, they changed the sign. They brought their markers with them too. And that is strike 3. So Charlie strikes out Schaefer on the foul tip.
Well done, Charlie. You picked up your left fielder.
Bottom of the 4th inning. The Central Division standings updated after the first game of the twin bill between the Cubs and Phils. Now 2 games separate Chicago and the Pirates. Special at the sign store today, apparently.
Signs, everywhere signs. 5-man electrical band. They're out tonight. Friday Night Rocks.
1-1 to J-Hay. Josh hit into a double play on the first pitch he saw in the ball game in the bottom of the 1st inning, and now he's got a base hit. Leadoff single. We'll send you back to Paul for a quick game break. All right, thanks again, Paul. So 2-2, Cardinals and Cincinnati. By the way, Joey Votto was issued a 2-game suspension today for his actions when he was thrown out of Wednesday night's game in Cincinnati. He is appealing it, so that should get him through the Cardinals series at least.
I guess everybody involved lived. That's why it's only 2 games. It looked like he wanted to kill somebody.
There were no casualties.
By the way, would you think that we might try a hit and run with Harrison and McCutchen again tonight? That didn't seem to work last night. We were 0 for 2 in that.
Yeah, 2 strike him out, throw him outs last night with this combination.
By the way, while we're out there, got a nice note saying, "My name is Rose Massing. I live in Erie. I'm 5 months old, and I'm a 5th generation Pittsburgh Pirate fan going all the way back to my great-great-grandparents. My mom and I watch you almost every night on Root Sports, And we are here at PNC Park Friday, September 11th. So that is from Rose Massing. P.S. My mom typed this for me.
I was going to say, for a 5-month-old, she's got impeccable spelling and typing.
She's 5 months old, and she is here in the ballpark with her family tonight. So welcome, Rose, from Erie.
See if McCutchen can come up with a game changer again. Make Rose and her family happy.
Along with thousands.
Important thing to note, too, that Harrison hit a ball that wasn't on the ground.
Well, here we are with a 2-1 count. It's a running count. Keep an eye on Josh.
And Nelson had retired 7 straight on the ground. His two-seam fastball really working well tonight. And the throw to first. Harrison looked like he wanted to go there.
And Jimmy Nelson was 2-9 last year when they brought him up from the minor leagues, tearing it up at AAA. He was 10-2, their minor league pitcher of the year. Lost his last 7 decisions, but he has gotten something figured out. First full year in the big leagues with a ball club that has struggled. He's won 11 games with an ERA under 4.
2-1. 3-1. Now, the last time Kutch had a 3-1 pitch on him, he gave it the old Statue of Liberty play and took it. We'll see if there's a different approach this time on a 3-1 pitch with a runner at first.
You know, you used to hear back in the old days that a batter will set a pitcher up by just being indifferent to that particular pitch or a particular pitch, and then the pitcher will try to come back with it thinking he had something going.
There goes Harrison, and that's ball 4.
So the door is opened here in the bottom of the 4th.
Kutch has now walked twice. Bucco's setting up shop, first and second, nobody out. The most popular way to follow the Pirates' push to the postseason is with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and more. Get MLB.com at Bat now. Ramos Ramirez will look out at Nelson, who spins around and looks at Harrison.
And again, we'll point out Jimmy Nelson has thrown 18 home runs previous to this start. Not an alarming number, but a little vulnerable.
Ball 1 to Ramos. .246 the average. 16 home runs. He's had a few of them lately. Had 2 of them in Milwaukee. Kutch at first, Harrison at second, stretched by Nelson, 1-0. Now it's 1-1. Well, Nelson out of the University of Alabama. Steve mentioned he was born in Klamath Falls, Oregon, but now lives on the other coast in Niceville, Florida.
Must be a very pleasant town. Yeah. Niceville.
It's like Mayberry.
Like Stepford.
In the air to left field. Davis broke back, now comes in. This time the Pirates didn't run on him. Last night with first and second and a fly ball to Davis. Alvarez being the lead runner, they tagged on him and moved 2 men into scoring position. Didn't try it there. That fly ball just too shallow. Barrel Automotive league leaders stat. Highest OPS in rookie season for the Pirates since 1969. Jung Ho Gun right there among the leaders. Jason Bay, Richie Zisk, Andrew McCutchen, and Al Martin surrounding Jung Ho Gun. That is his game jersey from The Nexen Heroes in Seoul. Four-game hitting streak for Jung Ho.
Step number one, get on the board. Get on the board. Not that you're out of this game by any means, but it'd be nice to put something up there. Good speed, Harrison, McCutchen. Well delivered 94-mile-an-hour fastball right at the knees.
He's got good movement on it. If that was 94 and straight, then it would have been hit. Jung Ho, very good fastball hitter. Two on, one out. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jung Ho Kang. His first major league grand slam two nights ago in Cincinnati. Yesterday, when Clint Hurdle arrived at the ballpark, he gave him the lineup card from that game. He's been doing things like that all year, where if Jung Ho checks something off his checklist, first this, first that, Clint will give him the lineup card or some other thing from the game. He had 3 grand slams while he was in Korea. His first major league grand slam came Wednesday. He strikes out.
First strikeout registered by Jimmy Nelson, and nothing spectacular about that pitch. That was a breaking ball upstairs. Check the location of this. That's hittable. I mean, that's drivable. You see a lot of pitches in that location driven with authority to right center field. I think he just got fooled on it. I think maybe either the speed or the location or both caught him off guard. Looked like a late decision to take a whack at it.
See, the swing was mostly arms instead of the way he normally does it. Leg kick.
So just one strikeout for each starter, but coming at very good times. The one for Morton, top half of the inning, and now a big strikeout for Nelson.
Pitch up high to Neil Walker.
A promising start to the bottom of the 4th. There's still time, but 2 outs.
Neil hitting .277 with runners on this year as Nelson delivers home. It's outside 2-0. Neil drove in a run in last night's game as a pinch hitter with a sacrifice fly. Leading all National League second baseman in home runs with 13, extra base hits with 43, and RBIs with 56. Three balls, no strikes to Neil Walker. And Nelson a pitch away from loading him up.
Overthrowing that fastball, knowing that probably Walker was looking for the fastball, tried to get a little extra. And when you try to get a little extra, many times you'll have the body out in front and you throw that ball up and away to a left-hand batter, up and into a righty. He's getting out there too quickly. Again.
Well, the base is full of Bucks. Second walk this inning. Pirates hoping to take advantage of this.
I told you about his penchant for getting a little bit wild. Walk number 3 as he works here in the 4th inning. Maldonado wants to talk with him. So you come to your first real crossroads in this ball game. Bottom of the 4th. Pirates have the bases loaded, 2 outs. This would be a big out for the Brewers, be a big hit for the Bucks. Called the intersection of them and us.
Here's the pitch to Mercer. Takes a strike. Off-speed pitch that time from Nelson.
he has shown a lot of confidence in his off-speed stuff. That doesn't always happen with a young pitcher, first full year in the big leagues. But he has shown that confidence.
Nothing in one pitch. Strike two.
Stays soft. Stays away from the 94, 95 mile an hour heat. And again, looking for something else. That's a ball that can be driven the opposite way. And back-to-back breaking ball, still an issue for a lot of major league hitters. They love to look for the fastball. They look to see that dead red. And you saw the target by Maldonado way upstairs. So after the two breaking balls, trying to get Jordy to chase and miss. He chased but didn't miss. There you see where he wants it.
Not near the location that was desired by his catcher.
Except for the height. You got that.
So here comes fastball again on this 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, Maldonado get a new baseball into the game and get rid of the old one. Harrison is the runner at third base. Andrew McCutcheon at second. And behind him at first base, Neil Walker. 2 walks and a base hit have loaded him up. 2 down.
But right now in this at bat, advantage Nelson. 1-2. Good take. Now it gets interesting because he's a little bit shaky with the control now. Didn't want to go 2-2 because now is he going to try to trick him again with a breaking ball or come to a fastball that Neil's probably sitting on? I'm sorry, Jordy Mercer.
2-2. In the air to right down the line and chasing after Peterson, and he'll run out of room.
Thank you. Didn't have the distance we needed. Jordy fighting to keep it together, keep the at bat going.
Bases loaded, 2 down, 2-0 Milwaukee. Nelson looks in for a sign from Maldonado. Jordy prepares himself for the payoff pitch. Wide to third.
He's working him with both the speed and the off-speed stuff. It's almost a defensive situation for Jordy. He wants to make sure he puts the ball in play, so it might shorten the swing up a little bit rather than look for something and commit and go all in for a certain pitch in a certain location.
This should be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And a ground ball toward the middle. Sardinas throws to first. It's offline. And the Pirates get on the board. It's 2-1.
What a good at bat for Jordy Mercer. Behind in the count, 1-2 early. Kept it alive. And really created a difficult chance for the shortstop. I don't know if he's going to get him anyway, but the throw pulls him away and the Pirates are on the board and they're still in business. Great at bat for Jordy.
That'll be ruled a single and an RBI for Jordy.
Degree of difficulty, good call. Really good at bat.
Bases still loaded. Tying runs at third. Go-ahead run in scoring position for Chris Stewart. Stewart had a base hit and a pinch hitting role last night.
And took a shot at the first pitch he saw last night.
This one in the dirt. Maldonado does everything he can to block it. The Bucks on the board and chance to get some more. In these bases loaded situations, you want to come up with more. Wow.
Textbook block. Look at the piping around his equipment there. That's borrowed from last night. He took some of those lasers and superimposed them around the catching equipment, the Batman stuff.
One ball, one strike to Stu. .279 continues to contribute with the bat. In his last start on Monday, went 1 for 3 against the Reds. 2 balls and 1 strike. .30 pitches this inning for Nelson.
Yeah, after being very, very efficient, he will throw pitch number 75 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Still a base hit. He's tied the game. Here comes Walker, and Chris Stewart has given the Pirates the lead at 3-2. That is very correct of you, Stewie.
Nice work. 2-out action. All this occurring after the 2nd out. Pirates getting to Nelson, and he'll receive a visit from his pitching coach.
Walker burning around third, coming in with a go-ahead run.
Yeah, no issues for him to score. You got a weak arm in left field, and you're off at contact with 2 outs. Charlie, join the party. Put the ball in play. See what happens.
Smart hitting. That's why he points to his helmet. Smart hitting technique for Stewart. So 2 on, 2 out. Charlie Morton is 1 for 31 this year, looking for hit number 2. Right now would be a terrific time. Pirates leading for the first time after Charlie gave up 2 in the 1st inning. Now Nelson gets tagged for 3 here in the 4th. Charlie behind in the count, 0-2. Both Walker and McCutchen on base via the walk. Nelson walked both of them. Both of them have scored. And Charlie strikes out, but the Bucks strike for 3 on 3 hits. They leave 2. For Stewart, big 2-out, 2-run single. Smart hitting, Stewie.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by the Chevy Cruze and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go, Bucks!
Here's our Day Automotive this day in Pirates history. This date, 1982, the Pirates beat the Phillies 10-9 in a back-and-forth slugfest at Three Rivers Stadium. Pirates jumped out to a 6-0 lead before the Phils came back to take the lead in the 6th on RBI singles by Pete Rose and Gary Matthews. In the 7th, the Pirates retook the lead on RBI hits by Mike Easler and Willie Stargell. In the 9th, a Manny Trio RBI single tied the game at 9. But Bill Madlock hit the first pitch he saw in the bottom of the 9th inning out for a walk-off home run, giving him his 3rd hit and RBI of the game. Stewart with 2 RBIs. And the Pirates now leading 3-2 as we start the Brewers half of the 5th inning. And Charlie starts Maldonado off with a strike. Maldonado's 0 for 1. This pitch outside. Speaking of Pete Rose, this date 1985, past Ty Cobb.
1985.
He became the hit king on this date, 1985.
Charlie Hustle.
Point Park University tweets at the bottom of the screen. Reacting to Chris Stewart's hit. Maldonado hits one toward the left field stands. And in fair play, there is Harrison recording the out.
Well, you want Charlie to put up a 0 here. He's got a good opportunity to leg up as he retires the number 8 guy. Now he's got the pitcher. You want to put up a 0 after your team scores every time you can.
Stewart's been solid. Stewart's not a guy who's going to help you out in the power game in terms of the offense. But getting a hit here, a hit there, and has been pretty consistent.
He will impress you as the professional. Doesn't make a lot of noise. There's a Major League Baseball player.
Nelson swinging a miss, and it's 1-2. Makes quick work of his counterpart. And for Morton, that's his 2nd strikeout of the ballgame. Good opportunity tonight to show us your strongest fan photo. Use the hashtag PitDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. I'll show you a photo a little later tonight. Might be sending one right now, Steve.
Yep.
Standing room only outside. Voluntary back there, though, where they were standing.
Yeah, they don't have to be standing tonight, but they're here.
Good look over the Bucks bullpen. Kind of a neat place to see the game from, though. Watching the bullpens.
Plus, they're bored out there. They'll converse with you. They'll throw you a baseball every once in a while. If you throw them down some peanuts or popcorn, hot dog. This is the barter system.
Don't feed the Sharks.
That's a contradiction. They like snacks.
Ground ball is short off the bat of Jeanette. Mercer loaded up. Strike to Ramirez. 1-2-3 go the Brewers in the top of the 5th. Night Rocks on Root Sports. 3-2. Pirates with the lead. Barbecue on at Manny's tonight. Always good. Pulled pork sandwich with a pierogi in it. It's a nice touch on a Friday night. Well, during the break, the grounds crew got busy as they had to do some work in front of second base. The crew chief, Field and Culbreth, asked them to come fix a little bit of a divot in front of the bag. Tamping the clay in, even things up a little bit.
They haven't corrected much at first base. They haven't taken the hose out to water that area down.
Top of the order for the Pirates. Polanco tries to bunt. Strike one to him.
Still that light area. Doesn't seem to have had any impact on the baseball game. Maybe it's just an oversight.
Well, the way they keep this ballpark, as pristine as it is,
yeah,
it was not an oversight.
Yeah, that's not like Manny and the crew. They're as good as any you're going to find.
No matter where we go around baseball, people look at this view and they say that is the prettiest park in the game.
And they kept it going all of June when it rained 20 out of 30 days. They kept it going. The Buccos etched out in shrubbery.
Two and one to Polanco. Hammers one the other way foul. It'd be nice to find out who does that manuscript out there.
Yeah.
Right before the batter's on.
You know, you see that thing in the dead of winter, you think it's never going to come back, and it always does.
Always does.
Yeah. During the season, it always looks that good from the batter's eye.
That'd look good out in front of the house, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Watch out.
There he is, got to fix his helmet. Two and two on the Pirates right fielder. Famous racing sausages. And, pierogies. Pierogies will be racing here shortly. Center field, and Schaefer will make the running catch. Brewers and Bucks tomorrow, 7:05. Stay after the game. A Zambelli fireworks show, courtesy of Yuengling Oktoberfest. Plus, everyone takes home great prizes on an Eaton Park Scratch and Win Saturday. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. As nice as this skyline is all the time, with fireworks and the lights, it's even better.
Fireworks bouncing off those buildings to give you even more effect, more noise, more fun.
Josh Harrison got it all going in the fourth inning with a leadoff single. It was after his error in the fourth inning. And the ball got stuck in the lights and he just couldn't squeeze it. It ended up in his glove and then he dropped it. But no runs came in as a result. So no harm, no foul in the Brewers half of the fourth on the error by Harrison.
Upper 80s for the pitch count for Jimmy Nelson.
That's up high. It's 3-0. Well, the plan would be to get past Nelson, get in the bullpen. Nelson has been the toughest against the Pirates this year. Charlie still going along with a one-run lead.
And seems to be getting better as he goes along.
He left the pitch in a bad location to Adam Lind in the first inning. Lind made him pay with a two-run homer. But since then, all zeros.
Yep. He's mirrored what AJ did last night with one run less.
And Josh is aboard.
Walk number 4. You get a piece of them or not?
Well, looks like it did. It was a 3-1 count anyway, wasn't it?
So it was. I don't know. Josh at first base.
He is at first. He's okay. Oh, free base runner for Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen has walked twice, scored once, throw to first. Harrison dives back. Now, the last time this combination was where they were, Harrison did run, but he waited until a 3-1 count.
Yep. So they couldn't double up the whole program. And this ball 4 delivered.
Giving a sign out to Rick Sofield at third, who will relay it to both McCutchen and Harrison. Happens every pitch.
Sometimes it means something. Most times it doesn't.
Oh, 1 is well struck to right. Going back, Peterson. Oh, and he caught it right in the edge of the webbing of the glove. That one almost burned him.
That had some late carry to it, and he comes down with it.
McCutchen lines out to right field as Peterson able to hang with that baseball.
That's a very good catch. Just tall enough to get that extension. That's a heck of a play. A heck of a play.
Two men are out. Harrison remains at first. Peterson playing out there for Braun tonight.
It's a good play in any circumstances, but especially for his team when you're involved in a 1-run game.
We'll see if Braun's out there. He's right-handed. He'd have to reach across his body for something like that. It might have been a tougher play for Braun.
Yeah, good point.
Ramos Ramirez looking for his first hit tonight.
'93rd pitch being delivered. Throw to first base.
Game 2, Cubs and Phillies. Cubs already up 1-0 in the top of the first. And in the game between the Cardinals and Reds, it's still a 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 6th inning.
The Cubs got good quick, didn't they?
It was like they were put in a microwave.
Well, yeah, they got some key young players that shot up through their system. It's not just Bryant, it's not just Rizzo. Rizzo's been around a little bit, but don't forget about Addison Russell. That second baseman is a big key.
Josh takes off and Ramirez fouls it back in. Another guy, Kyle Schwarber.
Yep, Schwarber. Arrieta.
It's been amazing. And Arrieta.
Amazing times 10.
Yeah. And he hadn't been before. And this year, definitely a career year for him. Easy to say that. He's the leading candidate you'd have to think for the Cy Young. A 1-2 to Ramirez. It's outside.
Good pick there by Maldonado. You know, we talk so much about the rotation. What is our rotation going to be with 6 candidates? You talk about the other team's rotation, but don't forget the bullpens. Because they finish the ball games all year long, but they get special focus and attention in September. Take our chances with ours.
More arms out there.
Yep.
Play different roles.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of your extra arms obviously are not going to be involved unless necessary in many instances.
Ramirez is up in the air to center field. Schaefer drifting back.
Boy, he just missed that ball. I mean, just missed it.
The Pirates come up empty in the 5th. We'll move to the 6th at PNC Park. 3-2 Bucks.
His familiar spot in center field, and when Kutch is not hitting game-tying home runs like he did in the 8th inning last night, well, he's bringing smiles to Pittsburgh area students. Earlier today, the All-Star making a stop at Pittsburgh Brookline School, grades K through 8, where he delivered Pirates New Era hats to youngsters. As you can see, all smiles, played a few games, finished it up with a little "Let's Go Bucks" chant. Now, I'm going to take it a step further, guys. The hats are great, but how about he brings some of those sweet socks that he introduced to a group of kids?
Yeah, he's got 3 of them on.
Yeah, oh, well, that's right. One for the arm.
One on the elbow.
Yeah, yeah.
How about the skis? How about those shoes?
Oh, yeah, look at those. You know, Teak and I had a pair of those socks. We wore it for a pregame show. We had to give them back, though. Yeah.
Maybe that's the one he turned into his arm sleeve.
I don't believe Teak would give those socks back, and they look too good on him.
Well, I'm sure a lot of those kids and their families watching Andrew tonight. Always neat to go visit the schools and talk to the kids and say, who's your favorite player? Andrew McCutchen.
It's always good. Also, if you can get the parrot to go along with it, you can have so much fun. Reminds me, I also had a nice visit with a lot of folks out in Bethel Park a couple of nights ago with their town hall speakers deal they had going on. We had a nice group, very knowledgeable baseball fans, had a good time.
Runner fouls this one off.
Series is the town hall speaker series, word I was looking for.
Bullpen trying to keep occupied right now. 1-2. Herrera ground ball to first. Handled easily by Ramirez. There's one out for the Brewers in the 6th.
That is a crowded bullpen. Also, you got to think about the locker room, the lockers that are available, the crowded charter flights,
the crowded
the hotel,
luggage compartment on the plane.
Oh yeah.
And then as we look ahead to Chicago, the tin can kind of clubhouse that is so small that there is no more room.
Watch out, another laser into the crowd.
That's what's the biggest
Wrigley Field, you see guys doubling up in lockers. The guys have been called up. Usually it's the guys that can't argue about it. They don't have much service time.
Warren's pitch to Lynn. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. That'll be the tail end of the next road trip. Pirates still with one long road trip to go, 2 National League West teams. And then they'll finish up with the Cubs in Chicago, go to L.A., 3 with the Dodgers, 4 with the Rockies.
Yeah, you look at the matchups you have with the team you're playing, but you also look at how the rotations are going. How much of Greinke and Kershaw the Pirates going to see with the Dodgers? Hard to project right now. Could be a factor.
Well, Clint Hurdle adamant today. AJ in the rotation, staying there, and it'll be interesting to see who gets sent to the bullpen, because somebody will. They're not going to have a 6-man rotation. The way that Jay Happ has pitched, you have to think that he's not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, you can almost assume the candidates. We won't get into names, but you know Cole's not going to the bullpen. You know Liriano's not going to the bullpen. He just said AJ's in and Happ is in. That's 4. Remains to be seen who the 5th is going to be.
2-2 to Adam Lynn. 3-2.
'85th pitch coming up for Charlie. The one thing he has already given Clint Hurdle is into the 6th inning.
And Lynn will walk. 1 on and 1 out for the Brewers in the 6th. Mike Pittsburgh is hosting the second bike to the ball game at PNC Park this Tuesday. And the Bucks host the Chicago Cubs at 7:05 in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Ticket packages available starting at $19 and include a donation to Bike Pittsburgh and valet for your bike on Federal Street before the game. For tickets, go to pirates.com/bikepgh.
Well, you can't use any of the players' scooters.
No, they don't have any pedals on them. Guys will ride the scooters from the parking lot. They'll go up to the clubhouse, plug them in, and charge them for the ride back.
Red flag now. Chris Stewart knows that. Catchers have that feel for their pitchers. And so he goes out and has a word with Charlie because it is a very skinny 1-run lead. See Mark Melancon not used last night by design. But for most nights, you can bet that Clint Hurdle will not be holding much back.
One-0 pitch to Davis. 2 balls, no strikes. .236 for Davis, 0 for 2 tonight. Flying to center in the 1st inning, grounded out to 3rd in the 4th.
Charlie under the watchful eye. Ray Surge approaching that 90 pitch mark. This is where you want to get that ground ball. Get yourself a ground ball.
Well, Charlie misses outside. 3-0. And the Pirates look like they've got some action going in the bullpen now behind Charlie Morton. One out in the 3-0 pitch. And for a strike. Archimedes Caminero getting loose. Look at the average of the opponents against Charlie, 3rd time through the order.
Not a big difference. There it is.
Ground ball to short. Mercer to Walker. Double play.
Just what the doctor ordered. Timing. It's all about timing.
Good timing for Charlie Morton. Pirates coming to the plate, leading 3-2.
something to cheer for if you know it. Friday Night Rocks, gonna bring us a win. Get the W, we came to own it. Friday Night Rocks, come on, blast the cannons off.
Daily grind on Friday Night Rocks. Bottom of the 6th inning. Pirates 3, Brewers 2. UPMC scoreboard. Chris Stewart visiting with Charlie Morton after Morton induced the inning-ending double play ball. He started Davis off with a 3-0 count, got right back in it, and then rolled the twin kill.
Huge.
Jung Ho Kang will lead off.
You know, this game has not been put to bed. It's a one-run. Let's get a little breathing room here. You like the lead, but like it bigger.
One-0 from Nelson to Jung Ho. 2 balls, no strikes. Charlie's been helped out tonight by 3 double plays. That's what happens when you get that 2-seamer in the right spot, get the ground ball in the right location. That hit him. So the Pirates will have a man aboard to lead off the inning. Second hit batsman for Nelson.
Just a quick story of one of my favorite Doc Ellis stories. There are many. 1971, we've got a championship game going on as you watch the hit by pitch, but our starters, including myself, are doing nothing. So Danny Murtaugh called a meeting in Montreal and said, if you guys don't get it together, somebody's going to the bullpen. Doc Ellis stood up. Doc says, Glass ain't going to the bullpen. Moose ain't going to the bullpen. And you know the doctor ain't going to the bullpen. And Murtaugh just cracked up. That was the end of the meeting. And you know the doctor ain't going to the bullpen.
Went third person on him. That's funny. Tyler Cravey warming up for the Brewers. Walker fouls it off.
And the doctor didn't go to the bullpen.
He didn't, did he?
No.
I know you have a lot of stories. I know when we were in Chicago, you're telling me the hair curlers story.
Oh, my goodness. It was never dull around the doctor.
Walker reached on a base on balls in the 4th inning, came around to score.
You got to believe that Jimmy Nelson's on a short leash here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He's thrown 100 pitches.
Foul ball. And it's 0-2 to Neal. Neal celebrated his 30th birthday yesterday. So with Walker turning 30, I wonder how his parents are feeling about that.
Tell me about it. I got another one turning 50.
How you
second one.
How are you feeling about that, Steve?
How's that working out? Well, as I'm sure the Walkers are very proud of that young man. We got a couple that we're very proud of. But, the years fly. They fly.
One, two. And Walker lines it to center. That's down for a hit. Jung Ho gets back to the bag, and the Pirates have runners at first and second, nobody out.
And the birthday boy blistered that ball. That ball was hit right on the button.
We were talking about 71 a little earlier, Steve. How about this Viewmaster? Now, kids today would have no idea what that is, but that was a giveaway for the World Series.
I've never seen that.
Well, you were a little busy throwing the baseball at that time. Craig Counsell will make a pitching change. Jimmy Nelson is chased from the mound.
of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Mercer wants to help you raise up another one. 3-2 Pirates lead it. Tyler Cravey takes over for Jimmy Nelson. Nobody out in the Pirates half of the sixth. With Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. Dan Potash with us tonight as well.
You know, last night we were talking about the Milwaukee relievers coming in, having given up a high number of home runs. And here's another example of that. Tyler Cravey has given up 4 in just 30 innings. So Pirates cashed in on that last night, getting 2 home runs off bullpen pitchers for the Brewers. So they did cash that in, and they got another chance here. But not with Mr. Mercer's at bat, the way they're looking to move the runners around.
Mercer, an RBI base hit in the 4th inning. That's when the Pirates picked up all 3 of their runs. Travis Snyder, bat in his hand, with the 9 spot coming up after Stewart, who's on deck. A strike to Mercer. Thought it was high, perhaps. The high one's a tougher one to get down.
Yeah, it's hard to just move the bat up or down. You try to do it with the body. Keep the bat in the same position. Move the body up and down so the bat stays level.
Really takes the low strike there. And now he is behind in the count, 1-2.
One of the mistakes, and I made him as much as anybody when you're trying to bunt, just move the bat. Chances are you're going to drop the end of the bat, and that will foul the ball back. So you see the second strike there. Really not happy with that call, as you can see.
He's right there, bottom of the zone. 1-2 now to Mercer. Cravey's pitch. Fouled back. Cravey, 26 years of age, out of Vallejo, California. 17th rounder by Milwaukee in 2009.
Not Mission Viejo, just Vallejo.
Just Vallejo.
Okay.
Two on, nobody out. Cravey's 1-2. Struck out Mercer. Pulled the string a little bit. Mercer out in front.
And here comes the thinking man's hitter. Pointing to his helmet after that base hit he got earlier.
Cravey last pitched on Wednesday against Miami. And ended up taking the loss. Give up an earned run in an inning and 2/3 pitched. Spent some time on the DL. Was reinstated last Sunday. Slight problem with his right elbow. And when you're a pitcher, that could be more than a slight problem, especially if you're right-handed.
A lot of room in left center field. Now, last time up, Stewart pulled the ball, but they're not playing him to pull in the outfield for sure. Schaefer way out toward right center field.
To Stewart. There's Travis.
He waits in the on-deck circle. The at-bat looking more and more promising for Stewart as he's up there with a 2-0 count. Nice place to be. Charlie Morton did not cave in after a disturbing first inning. Pitched great after that.
And that's into left field, a base hit. Here comes Jung Ho to score. Chris Stewart has driven in 3 of the 4 Pirate runs tonight. It's 4-2.
I don't know, pointing to that helmet means he's the thinking man's hitter, or might be something else entirely, but whatever it is, he's having himself a fine night. Turns on that ball right on the inside corner, gets it what looked like under the glove of Herrera, but regardless, gets it past him. And you're going to run on Chris Davis all night long. Okay, so we're going to hit it where they aren't, and that meant it was just under that glove. They weren't there.
That run charged to Nelson. And
he really, Keller said that, hit them where they ain't.
Yeah, well, it made sense.
Yeah, well, that's a good goal.
Who said take 2 and hit to right?
A lot of people. I don't know who the original author was. I don't know. I'm not crazy about take 2. You're in the hole 0-2. It's
Joakim Soria now starting to get loose for the Pirates. 1 out and 2 on. Jung Ho hit by a pitch to lead off the inning. Comes around to score. Maldonado needs to have a word with Tyler Cravey. The book's still open on Nelson, and Walker his responsibility at second base. Garrett Cole and Charlie Morton sharing some trade secrets. Chris Stewart, he makes the most of his starts. Foul ball, and the count 1-2. I was extremely happy to be back with the Pirates. When you talk about a good situation, he gets traded to the Orioles, and he already had his spring training place down in Bradenton set up. The Orioles train next door in Sarasota.
Yeah, 10 miles away.
Yeah, so that was convenient, but the strikeout not. As Travis goes down on a check swing that was called by Manny Gonzalez, the umpire, at home.
No, I didn't mean to do that.
Allegheny Health Network Supermo slows it down. He strikes out as a pinch hitter tonight. And we go back to the top of the order. Gregory Polanco looking for a hit. 0 for 3. He had 1 hit last night. It was a big one. It was a home run in the 12th. Polanco's hit safely in 3 straight. Pirates adding on the RBI base hit by Chris Stewart. Two 2-0 to Polanco. We've been asked to wish a happy 40th birthday to Nancy Toppich.
Happy birthday. You could have been a little kind and said 39th, you know.
I was told to say 40th.
Okay. All right.
This one fouled off.
You want to send my happy birthday wishes to Nancy on her 39th?
Last year, didn't you do that?
You probably did. Happy birthday. Fans into it now. The Pirates have extended the lead. They got the wave going. Friday night party.
Broken bat roller. That is going to be stopped, but no chance to get Polanco. A base hit for Gregory. He's hit in 4 straight. And the bases are loaded again for the Pirates.
Now you got a chance to rip this thing open.
Scooter Gennett saves a run here.
Yep. Good play, but there's nowhere to go. With 2 outs, everybody's running, and look over to first base, and Polanco's gone. Long legs, eating up the yardage.
Base is full for Harrison. 4-2 Pirates, bottom half of the 6th. Josh has been on base twice after hitting into a double play in the 1st inning, singled to score in the 4th, and hit by a pitch in the 5th.
Boy, would it be fun to have him catch a gap or a corner right now and watch Polanco. And watch all of them.
That's on the corner for a strike. Well, Steve, they pulled the tarp in Cincinnati. In the top of the 8th inning, 2-2 St. Louis and the Reds. They're in a rain delay.
Adding to the drama there. Meanwhile, the Cubs are at it again in Philadelphia, 3-0 lead.
Bases full, 2 down. Tried to get him to chase, wouldn't bite, and it's 1-2. Josh, over the course of his career with the bases full, is a .286 hitter. 6 for 21 with the bases loaded.
Find a way to put it in play, Josh. Put it in play and take your chances.
He strikes out. Bucks leave him loaded. They do get 1 on 3 hits. It's a 4-2 Pirate lead. Rocky in the 1st, but settled down nicely to get through 6.
And had a theme of double plays. There's one of them. Swing and a miss on that good curveball downstairs. We'll turn 2 again. One of 3 double plays. And after the 1st inning, Charlie Morton faced 1 over the minimum. A total of 3 hits, given up just 1 after inning number 1, and that was turned into a double play.
Well, the numbers on Charlie. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 90 pitches. And he leaves the ball game in line for a win. Defensive change at first base. Sean Rodriguez takes over.
little wiggle room, but the Pirates now looking down toward the stretch, toward the finish line, looking for 9 outs.
Joakim Soria is out of the bullpen and a late inning role for the Pirates.
15 strikeouts in his 16 innings.
This is his 19th appearance with the Pirates. He's coming over from the Tigers. Starts off Shane Peterson with a strike. Peterson 0 for 1 with a walk. A strike, and it's 0-2.
So on your scorecard as the dust settles for Charlie's evening, 6 innings, a couple of runs they were earned, 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts.
Well, Soria's 0-2 pitch. Just off the corner. Pirates in their last 28 home games are 22-6. They've had a very good record here at PNC Park, and they need to get things turned around against these Brewers and the rest of the Central. But the Cubs coming in after this. Day-night doubleheader Tuesday, following an off-day Monday. And then there'll be a matinee game next Thursday.
Day baseball, midweek. Day baseball.
12:35 start before the Bucs head off to the West Coast. And Rodriguez will take the out. Soria gets the ground ball out. Peterson's 0 for 2. Time now for our Data Strong fan photo of the game, brought to you by T-Mobile. What do we have tonight, Steve? Look at that, the parrot out there on the Allegheny River on this boat, and they are flying the Jolly Roger. Parrot gets around. Nicholas Barone, thanks for that. That is a strong fan photo. I like that. Nobody's on the couch right now.
Yeah. Why not?
It's unusual. Most of the time they're on the couch. Probably milling around at this point. John Hogung fan with the baseball.
Yeah. Got myself a baseball.
Pitches up high, and it's 1-2 to Sardinas. Sardinas had an error on a throw in the first inning, allowing Polanco to reach, and then had a wide throw in the fourth on a better than average play, so it was ruled a base hit for Jordy Mercer. And a ground ball to second.
Liking this.
2 gone. This Sunday, it's the Bucs and Brewers wrapping up the series at 1:35. All kids 14 and under take home a Pirate Parrot Cuddle-Up pillow thanks to Highmark. Get to the ballpark early for the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone on Federal Street. Afterwards, kids run the bases, courtesy of the original Pizza Logs. For tickets, go to Pirates.com.
Got the breakdown for Charlie. 12 changeups, 20 curves, 55 fastballs. Leaning on the sinking fastball. Oliver breaks down. He was good. So we did have some ground chuck, and we had some Uncle Charlie. And then change-ups.
That's what you had for your tips to win tonight. Needed both of those.
And he got to all that in the second inning.
Soria gets ahead of Logan Schaefer. No balls, 2 strikes. And in the bullpen, it is David Goforth. And Soria tried to pick that corner. Tried it on the first hitter he faced, Peterson, another lefty. It didn't work out. And just missed here to Logan Schaefer. Two and 2 to the center fielder. 2-2 and a rain delay. Cardinals and the Reds, they're in the top of the 8th. Looks like they'll have to wait a while. Line shot, base hit. Schaefer with a 2-out single. He's 2 for 3 tonight. That's what you want to avoid in a 2-run ball game.
Yeah, you're tempted to say harmless single, but not when it brings the tying run to the plate.
3-run ball game, 4-run ball game.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Let's get down the road a little bit and you can say harmless single.
Martin Maldonado pops this one up, foul for strike 1. Craig Counsell will send out his slugger Ryan Braun, who did not start tonight. Braun is in the on-deck circle for Milwaukee. And of course, he is thinking long ball with Braun if Maldonado gets on. Maldonado trying to get on, throw to first base, and safe at first.
Heads up attempt by Chris Stewart.
Pirates are looking at this play. Let's get a look ourselves. Did Sean tag him? Oh, yeah. But where was his foot?
We're going to look at this one, too.
Sean definitely tags him, but where was the foot at the point of contact? So the Pirates will challenge, and right there, oh, yeah, he's out. He's out. Stewart's going to get a pickoff here.
Well, then they should call you instead of New York.
You can see it. Look at that.
Yeah. I agree with you. He was doing the peppermint twist, but he didn't get out of the way.
So the Pirates fairly certain they're going to win their second challenge.
Thousands in this ballpark feel the same way. The Pirates are leaving the field. They're heading off the field.
I mean, before the decision is made, the Pirates players are walking off. This is something we haven't seen.
Just trying to buy a call. You know, we see that from the catchers. They got the headsets coming off, and
there it is. So Schaefer's picked off.
Chris Stewart, have yourself a night.
Logan Schaefer out. 7th inning stretch. Pirates with a 4-2 lead. And on this day of remembrance, we're going to keep it here during the 7th inning stretch on Root Sports.
By Allegheny Health Network, Health for All. By Kenny Ross, Just Ask a Neighbor. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier of the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go, Bucks!
Chris Stewart The world we're living in it tonight. 3 RBIs, a terrific pickoff throw. And into the top of the 7th. New center fielder replacing Logan Schaefer as part of a double switch. Domingo Santana moves out to center. He'll move into the 9 spot in the batting order. And David Goforth comes in Schaefer's spot 7th.
And I don't know if Craig Counsell is going to use Braun immediately in the 8th inning, but it's nice not to have to deal with him in the 7th with the runner on base. So that's a good thing. Gravy goes an inning, giving up a hit and striking out 3. 2 hits, I'm sorry, 2 hits.
McCutchen leads off. That's the new pitcher, Goforth. Goforth faced the Pirates for the first time in Milwaukee on the recently completed road trip. His major league debut this year on the 26th of May against the Giants. It's 2/3 of an inning.
Mid-90s with the fastball. He's coming out of the bullpen having given up 3 home runs, so the beat goes on.
Goforth called up by the Brewers on the 14th of August. AAA Colorado Springs.
Yep, they called him in the office and said, "You're to go forth to the big leagues."
At much lower altitude. Bouncer to the left side. Sardinia's throw off the bag again.
We have seen that 3 times. Segura not in the ball game, and the Brewers are paying the price for that tonight.
Well, McCutchen is aboard. It seems like when he has to go to his right and then throw across his body, all 3 times
pulling the first baseman toward home
thrown
plate
across his body. Even though one time he went left. So that'll be scored a base hit from McCutchen.
Good.
Pedro Alvarez will hit in the 4 spot here. Pedro getting a chance to pinch hit.
Sometimes speed will just force a defensive player to hurry things.
Pedro has 19 home runs against the Brewers since the 2010 season began. That's the 3rd most by any active player. And he hits it in the air to left field. Chris Davis waits for it. And Davis throws to second base. Catching with a little bluff off of first.
That might have been one of the loudest "Let's Go Pedro" chants that I've heard. I mean, these fans are into this at bat. It ended very quickly, but quite a welcome.
Pirates are hoping for some big swings, whether it be as a starter or off the bench during this stretch and in the postseason. Last year, Pedro battled injury and struggled, and 2 years ago, he was very, very good in September and in October. Into Bucktober. Pirates on the quest for back-to-back Bucktobers.
Yep.
When Hurdle was hired, he said he wanted to basically reignite the interest between the city and its baseball team. And he has done that. He and his staff.
Yep. A little help from his friends. A lot of help from his friends.
1-1 pitch to Jung Ho Gun. Throw to first instead. McCutchen gets back. 1-1 to Jung Ho. Oh, it's hammered down to the left field corner. McCutcheon's going to run. That ball's kicked by Davis. McCutcheon will come around and score from first. 5-2.
Love the insurance. Love the insurance. 2 bases down into the corner, and Davis not only kicked it, but then had a problem picking it up. You combine that with not a great throwing arm, a lot of strength, and a lot of time for Andrew to get around. Here's how it starts. He gets the hands in and just clubs that ball down into the corner, and here comes Davis. Kicks it, and now going to try to pick it up. That doesn't work. Andrew could have stopped for a sandwich.
Bill Walker with 1 out and a man in scoring position. Touch broke from first. Let's follow him.
He sees what's happening out there. It's another look. Rounding third, heading for home.
Some smooth running. Double number 24 for Jung Ho Kang. Jung Ho with a major league leading 25 extra base hits among rookies since the All-Star break. Go for its pitch, gets away. A wild pitch sends Jung Ho down to third.
Boy, does this feel a lot better than last night, huh? Much. Now there's still some outs to be recorded, but he's heading the Pirates' way.
But even the overall feeling in the ballpark is much better. That ball got caught on top of the wall. The wall and where it meets the screen.
So trouble in left field with the wall, trouble in back of home plate.
Fielding Culbreth was behind the plate in the game last night with the winning run at third, Francisco Cervelli. And the wild pitch hit the shin guard of Culbreth and redirected the ball to an area where Maldonado could get to it quickly. And Cervelli was halfway down the baseline, had to throw it in reverse. And the umpire's part of the equipment out there. You really can't do anything about it.
Like he's on a bungee cord, Mr. Cervelli. He's enjoying what's happening in the bottom of the 7th along with everybody else.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pick this run up. Pick this run up. And last night, Neil was able to do it with that sacrifice fly. It helped.
Field in, 1 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Walker so far in September hitting an even .300. Tonight 1 for 2. There it is to center field. Jung Ho will tag. Santana getting behind it, runs into it, makes the catch. Here's his throw. Jung Ho to the plate, and he scores standing up. Pretty good throw. 6-2 Bucks.
That's a huge run. That creates a comfort level. This is a very, very strong throw. He just loads it up, and that is a gun. A little more drama than we needed at home plate.
It's one of the reasons the Brewers wanted Santana in the trade with Houston for Gomez. He's got a real strong arm. They expect in the future to see him playing one of the corner outfield spots as opposed to center field, but put his arm on display. Jung Ho beat the throw. He has scored 2 runs tonight.
It's one of those situations when you have a great arm, nothing to lose, just turn it loose. Nothing else happening other than what's going on at home plate. Mercer gets it done again.
Mercer 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Swings and misses here. 1-2. And Caminero up for the second time in the bullpen. Strikeout. Mercer strikes out for the second time tonight. Pirates get a pair of runs on 2 hits. And now lead the Brewers 6-2 after 7. Playing alongside someone who used to watch him from the stands. A certain visiting clubhouse has the players acting like kids again. And there's much more to see on a new Inside Pirates Baseball presented by Allegheny Health Network. It debuts tonight after postgame on Root Sports. UPMC scoreboard, Pirates 6, Brewers 2. Off building in red, white, and blue on this National Day of Remembrance, 11th day of September. Free Shirt Friday also tonight. It's a good looking t-shirt tonight, Steve. You like it?
Yeah, I do.
Crossbones. Well, Starling Marte feeling well enough. He's back in the game. Did not start tonight after being hit by a pitch in the left shoulder last night. But Marte goes out to left field. Josh Harrison moves over to second base. And Archimedes Caminero will come in to pitch in the top of the 8th inning.
Third Pirate pitcher of the evening. Morton Soria won a scoreless inning, giving up nothing. Giving up 1 hit. Other than that, nothing. The numbers for Archimedes.
A line shot to left. Maldonado heading to first base, and Marte will unleash a throw and hold him to a very long single. I mean, that's doubles territory down there. But this keeps the force play in order.
Marte with the great arm. Maldonado with not the great legs.
Now Domingo Santana, first plate appearance for him. Takes inside for a ball. Well, one thing that we do know is that on Tuesday for the doubleheader, prior to the game, Clint Hurdle said that he hadn't told the players, we'll get to that in a second, this ball is cut off in the gap. McCutcheon's throw way off line, and now the Brewers have runners at first and third. McCutchen just unleashed the ball in the general direction of the infield. And Maldonado goes first to third on this ball to right center.
Pitch right in the middle of the strike zone. Even with mid to high 90s, major league hitters can catch up fastballs in that location. And loving those 2 extra runs right now that the Pirates scored in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah. Two on and nobody out. And Clint Hurdle is coming out. Tony Watson will come in.
Yeah, right. All bets are off right now. You're going to see managers that are in contention not waiting around too long. They like the phrase all in. They're really all in this time of the year.
A quick outing for Caminero, gives up 2 hits. Tony Watson's next. Tonight at PNC Park to watch the Pirates and the Brewers game 2. And thank you, Uncle Dave. Oh, hey baby by the Pirates. Take a look now at the Nissan road ahead. Tomorrow, Zach Davies, the rookie, made his big league debut against the Pirates in Milwaukee. He'll face Jeff Locke. That was the matchup then, too. Taylor Youngman will go Sunday against left-hander Francisco Liriano. That wraps up the series with the Brewers before the off day Monday. Doubleheader Tuesday with the Cubs. Tony Watson takes over for Caminero.
Actually, a cameo appearance by Caminero.
The Caminero appearance. Hernan Perez will bat for Scooter Gennett. Craig Counsell going with a right-handed hitter as opposed to the left-hander Gennett, who was due up.
Get yourself an out right here. Don't worry about the run. That's not a factor right now. Anything is establish something defensively.
Strike call to Perez. Well, maybe the best case scenario is a strikeout here and then a double play. How about that? Fit in your script?
Yep, or in reverse. But I like yours a little bit better.
Strike 2 to Perez.
Tony was not going to work last night, nor was Melanson, and they didn't. Everybody else did. I looked over at the radio booth at one point last night. Was Walkie starting to loosen up?
I think so. Yeah. He was checking the shoulder, see if he could get it loose.
He's had a lot of rest in between appearances.
Mark Melanson going through his late game routine. Two and two the count to Perez. Dave Joust and Clint Hurdle discussing the late inning strategies here. Nobody out, 2 on. Caminero plus 2 hitters, did not get an out. Base hit for Maldonado. Base hit for Santana. Caminero obviously disappointed with how his outing went. It was quick, and as you mentioned, Steve, at this point in the year, when you have the number of arms you do, there's no reason to wait around.
But there's guys that are going to be involved. And there are guys that are not. Chris takes a shot there.
Stewart first, and then the home plate umpire, Manny Gonzalez. Cervelli gets a break from the bruising tonight. Tony took a long pause that time, too long for Hernan Perez's liking. So he asked for and got time.
Working Tony during this at bat. They worked Tony hard. What last appearance? He threw 30-some pitches last time he was out there.
Yeah, real long outing, extended outing for Tony. Cincinnati has not been a kind place to Tony Watson. His ERA is close to 3.5 in that ballpark. Everywhere else he's been real good. And a base hit. And this is going to get the Brewers on the board. Polanco bobbles, throw to third, and Perez takes the extra base. Now it is 6-3. A base hit for Perez, goes to second on the throw to third. Three straight hits to start the inning for the Brewers.
No reason to throw this ball to third base. They bobble it.
Go to second to keep the forced play in order in the middle.
Keep the double play in order.
Yep. That's not the case now.
And the real issue here is that we haven't recorded one out yet. Even a sacrifice fly, you got to start looking to get yourself an out.
Leon Herrera had a double in the first inning and scored a run. Came home on the Adam Lind home run. Nothing in 2.
Well, the double play opportunity is not there. I'll go back to your desire for a strikeout to establish that first out. That would fit very nicely here.
2 pitch to Herrera. We got Adam Lind on deck. If you get Herrera here, he would come up and represent the tying run. Strike 3 call.
There's your first out. Herrera doesn't like it. Let's see what we think. We already like it. But he certainly had a beef. Didn't miss by much.
Borderline pitch. On the right side for Tony Watson. 1 out, second and third. Now facing the left-hander Lynn.
Couldn't be a better time to get a call.
Stewart hops on it. Santana back to third, but that big sweeping breaking ball was so far outside. Linda badly fooled on it.
It's what they used to call the old big roundhouse curveball. Big break.
Now, if you see a guy take a swing at that pitch, you double up on it.
Well, not necessarily, but you've got it in your back pocket, as all the left-handers do to left-hand hitters. They'd love to show them that big swing. They all have it. They all have that pitch. They don't want it here. They want a fastball in for balance in this recipe. Now you'll know all you need to know by where Chris Stewart sets up here. If they want the breaking ball 0-2, he will set up way outside. Where is he going? He goes out there.
And he got it. Kept that breaking ball in the back pocket. Brought it out to strike out Lind. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tony Watson.
And that's what Tony Watson does. Really nice job. Big breaking curveball, then a fastball to get him off the outside corner, and then go back with the breaking ball. That's a perfecta. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do.
2 on and 2 outs for the Brewers.
That was a beautiful example of pitching right there. You know, chase a big breaking curveball to start off the at bat, and we'll keep you honest, and then we'll go back out there.
Chris Davis takes low. Davis 0 for 3 tonight. Get into a double play in the 6th inning, started by Jordy Mercer at short. From Watson. Just outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Two 2-0 to Davis.
Certainly have to be careful. You have to be very much aware of the power. Tony wants to tie a shoelace.
Don't fade the Sharks.
Got to be careful with this pitch right here.
Strike to Davis. Tony Watson has made a major league leading 279 appearances among left-handed relievers since the beginning of 2012. Adam Lind can talk about that firsthand. Three and one now to Davis.
Just careful with this kind of power. 19 home runs.
Ryan Braun still lurking in the dugout.
Yep. So if Tony loses him, you will see.
Davis trying to hit that ball over the bridge. Swung and missed. And now a full count to Davis.
Thank you for that, Chase. Light up the board, Tony. Strike him out.
Missed inside. And now the tying run is aboard. Peterson's going to be called back. And Ryan Braun will come up. A 2-out walk to Davis loads the bases for Milwaukee in the 8th.
So Craig Counsell waited to play his trump card, and here it is. Braun is announced, and we talked about a crossroads in the ballgame early on in this contest. Well, it is now showtime.
Braun drove in a run in the 12th inning of the game last night with a base hit. He also had a double. Ended up with 2 RBIs total in last night's 13-inning, 4-hour and 44-minute marathon.
Yep. If you were a baseball fan, you like these kind of matchups. Of course, you're probably rooting for one side or the other, but these are 2 really good baseball players.
Pitch outside to Braun.
Fastball, trying to stay away from that power.
Braun is 3 for 9 against Watson in his career. And this season 2 for 5 with 2 grand slams with the bases loaded. And a bouncer to third. Jung Ho waits for the good hop, sets his feet, throws across, and the Brewers leave him loaded.
Elementary.
Pirates leading 6-3, heading to the bottom of the 8th on a Friday night rocks.
This is the top of the 8th when Danny Valencia breaks it up. A double into the left field corner. He was indeed perfect. Texas still perfect, leading it by the score of 4-0. Guys, perfection doesn't last long sometimes. Back to you.
Well, it's hard to do. Hard to get those. And
ask Max Scherzer about perfectus.
6-3, bottom of the 8th. Stewart drops a bunt down. And he will hustle to first base.
How about Chris Stewart?
Another great night for Stewart. A 3-hit ball game for Stu. Smart hitting.
He is playing himself a baseball game tonight. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Nowhere near the catcher, nowhere near the pitcher. Thing of beauty. I mean, that's a wonderful baseball play.
Guerrero was very deep, and you notice as Ryan Braun is out in right field, you notice the reaction of his teammates. It was like, yeah, he does that all the time. You know, nothing surprises him when it comes to Stewart. Now a bunt by Rodriguez. And that'll get Stu into second base, or sacrifice by Sean.
Well, if there are some traditionalists watching this game tonight, they're loving what's going on right now. Bunt base hit, perfect sacrifice, fundamental baseball. A lot of people really like that kind of thing. They should.
So the changes. Luis Sardinas goes from short to second. Hernan Perez short, Ryan Braun in right, and Sean Rodriguez in the dugout after a successful sacrifice. Just a scoring update, Steve, on that single in the 8th inning by Perez.
Yeah.
They've charged Gregory Polanco with an error, allowing the base runner to move up. Well, the Pirates with 3 errors in the ball game tonight.
You don't win many ball games when you make 3 errors. We were talking about that early in the ball game. That the Pirates have won their share of games making 3 errors. It doesn't happen a lot. but it's been that kind of season. They've overcome a lot of stuff. You just don't know what's coming next. And you look at a box score, your eye catches the air. Ooh, that had to be a tough one. But they're ahead by 3 runs. Go figure. You go ask a major league manager, go in the dugout before a game. Hey, your team's going to make 3 errors tonight. What do you think your chances of winning this game are? 0 to 10. He'll tell you 4.
4, maybe.
3.
Up by 3, bottom of the 8th. The 4th pitch is fouled off. I started to tell you earlier about what's going to happen on Tuesday. I never got a chance because of the base hit, but you see pitchers Blanton and Melanson getting going. But the doubleheader on Tuesday against the Cubs, it will be Garrett Cole in the first game, Jay Happ in the second game of that doubleheader. Clint earlier today said he needed to talk to both guys before he let anybody know which game they were going to pitch, but they've decided to go with Cole for the day game, Happ for the night game. And the way the rotation will go after that, A.J. Burnett will pitch Wednesday against the Cubs, Morton Thursday afternoon. That'll be Charlie's next start. Jeff Locke will pitch Friday against the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Francisco Liriano on Saturday. And that's as far as we got. In the air to left. Backing up, Davis will make the catch. And there are 2 down. The Bucs continue this 4-game series tomorrow. Jeff Locke takes the mound to face the Brewers. Our coverage starts at 6:30 with Pirates pregame, presented by WB Mason on Root Sports.
Many times, Tim, in a doubleheader situation, a manager will have his biggest winner, his ace, start the first game, so he doesn't have to wait around. And it's not etched in stone, but that used to be kind of a rule of thumb. And of course, there are exceptions. In this scenario, Happ is a very hot starter right now. Garrett Cole has won a lot more games.
2 outs. Harrison the batter. Chris Stewart at second. And Josh fouls it off.
Right now, it is a save situation involving Mark Melanson. A base hit here could change that. So, got both scenarios covered currently. Tony Watson, brilliant.
Yeah, good job. Get Caminero out of any further trouble. Caminero charged with 1 run. This ball lifted to right field. Braun's got it. And we will head to the 9th inning at PNC Park with the score: the Pirates 6 and the Brewers 3.
The fifth, 1 on, 2 out. Chris Bryant does it again. He goes deep off Alex Asher, his 24th of the year. That makes it 6-1. Right now, the Cubbies lead it by the score of 6-2. Tim and Steve, back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Paul. There have been a lot of inexpensive home runs in that park. That was not. That was a bomb. Now, Cubs 6.5 behind the Cardinals, 2 back of the Pirates. Pirates 4.5 back of the Cards. Cards and Reds still in a rain delay, 2-2. They're in the top of the 8th inning. So the Bucks, will they win here, get 3 more outs, they'll cut the lead to 4, and then could cut it to 3.5 if the Reds defeat the Cardinals tonight. Mark Melancon looking for save number 45.
We're not going to see all those numbers, but the magic number you're going to look for is his attempt for save number 45.
Well, Mark,
his overall work, as you take a look at his chart, has been terrific. 44 saves, 48 chances. Yeah, we talked about the importance of a bullpen down the stretch. Yeah, kind of like ours. Of course, every team likes their bullpen.
Not every team.
Well, they say they will.
They say they do. So Luis Sardinas now playing second base. He is 0 for 3 in the game.
Mark Melancon found a home in Pittsburgh. I remember when he was bouncing around from Houston over the American League. He had that 20 save season for the Astros. But he has found his niche. Been terrific.
Yeah, Mark got the save Wednesday night for save number 44, and it had been a while since he'd had a save opportunity, since the 29th of August against the Rockies. So he was asked to come into a game before that in a non-save situation. Only pitched 2/3 of an inning, but trying to get back on track. He's done so. He was ahead of Sardinas, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It was Morton, Soria, Caminero, Watson. Tony won a scoreless inning, giving up a hit, walking a batter and striking out 2.
And the curveball gets him. Stewart will have to throw it down to complete the strikeout. There's 1 out.
The addition of that pitch has just enhanced everything else. I mean, he wound up attempting to hit that ball on the bounce.
Pinch hitter will face Melancon now. Jason Rogers in the pitcher's spot, 7th in the order. Following the double switch a couple of innings earlier. 264 the average for Rogers. A pair of home runs. And the pitch from Mark is popped up. Jay Hay will grab it, and there's 1 out to go.
Okay, folks, get up and take your 9th inning stretch.
Paul Alexander, Kent Jacoby will break this one down for you on Pirates post game presented by Allegheny Health Network. Coming up following the final out of this one. Buccos looking for win number 84. And to snap a 7-game skid against these Brewers.
And put a dent in the mystique of Jimmy Nelson.
Pitch to Maldonado. Ball 1. Rogers, beg your pardon. This is Maldonado. Rogers was up there so quick I missed his at bat. Just one pitch at bat.
Deep fly ball to Josh.
Yeah. About 125 footer. Ball and a strike to the catcher Maldonado. And now the Brewers down to their final strike.
Over 28,000 enjoying this evening much more than they did last night. An awkward swing by Maldonado.
One ball, 2 strike pitch. It's even at 2-2. Martin Maldonado did have a base hit in the 8th. Parrott wants him to finish it up. That's it. That's the ball game. Melanson, a 1-2-3 ninth, strikes out Maldonado looking, and the Pirates win it by a 6-3 score to go to 84 and 56.
This is a good one, Tim, because you want to get the taste of that miserable game last night out of your mouth. They did that with brilliant pitching, and it was brilliant pitching that you didn't know you were going to get after the first inning. Charlie roughed up, but he got it together and one more run the rest of the way. Really, really good, solid win. Feel-good win for the Pittsburgh Pirates after a tough night last night.
Mark Melanson is Major League leading 45th save. Chris Stewart, 3 hits tonight, and a runner picked off at first base. A terrific night for Stu. Charlie Morton a win, and the Pirates win number 84 as they have evened the series at a game apiece. They'll look to go ahead tomorrow night in game number 3. But they're raising the Jolly Roger on wheels out there. Let's get out of Paul Alexander and Kent Tekulve.
All right, Tim and Steve, thank you very much. And boy, it looked like it was kind of ominous facing these Brewers who had beaten the Pirates 7 times in a row. A tough, bitter pill to swallow last night. A great bounce-back win for the Pirates tonight, Steve.
I guess it doesn't make up for last night, Paul, but it sure makes you feel better about playing against the Brewers tomorrow. So, good game for the Pirates tonight. Started with Charlie Morton on the mound. Had a little rough go in the first inning, but then able to shut it down the rest of the way. Just one more run from the bullpen. And the Bucco Bats finally able to solve the Brewer pitching. That was a big thing.
Yeah, and certainly the guy that they had trouble with in Jimmy Nelson. One guy did not have trouble at all, and that was catcher Chris Stewart, who had a big night tonight with 3 hits. They do pretty well when he gets a start. Danny Potash is standing by with him right now. Danny?
Yes, that's very true, Paul. In fact, you know that Chris Stewart is having a good night when he does a lot of this after he reaches first, second, or third base. It's basically a confirmation that he's finished off a piece of smart hitting and continues to hit the ball where they ain't. Well, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, but against a guy like Jimmy Nelson, who has had a lot of success against the Pirates this year. How did you and your teammates pull that off?
We worked him out. We made him throw a lot of pitches, worked the counts, got on base, put some pressure on him, and fortunately I was able to find some holes when we got some guys on base.
As far as your performance behind the plate with Charlie Morton, maybe his fastball was a little high at times in that first inning. What did you talk about that allowed him to settle down and really be dominant the rest of the way?
Yeah, we just started mixing a little more, throwing his curveball, his changeup, mixing that with his fastball instead of just coming on right at him with the fastball. He's able to throw strikes with everything, keep them off balance through 6 great innings for us, and we came away with the win.
What was more impressive for you, gunning out a runner at first base with the pickoff, or beating out that bunt up the third base line?
I always like to use my speed, so I'm going to go with the beating out the bunt right there.
Before I let you go, real quickly, in case you didn't know, you are now 14-1 when you start behind the plate here at PNC Park. 24-9. I said 24-9 overall when you start behind the plate. What does that mean for you and for Francisco that you guys continue to be a good duo as you move through September and into October?
It's just huge. We're trying to win every ball game coming here down the stretch, trying to bring home that division championship and then go on in the playoffs from here.
Well done, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, guys.
Chris Stewart and the Buccos victorious, guys, and look to do more of the same tomorrow.
All right, Danny and Chris, thank you very much. And as we promised during the course of the broadcast, it is time for Miller Time, and that is presented by Miller Lite. And yes, we have kind of a theme to the start of our post-game show. It is indeed Chris Stewart. How about 14-1 now when he starts behind the plate here at PNC Park? He had a big night tonight with 3 hits. I love the fact that he points to his own head saying, You know what? That was a smart piece of hitting because I hit it where they're not. Teague, this is a nice performance for Chris Stewart.
Absolutely, and a good performance when the Pirates needed it. There were some defensive lapses tonight, but none of them came from Chris Stewart. Right here, look at this pickoff at first base. That's not a set play. That's just a reaction between he and Rodriguez, and then, as he said, showing off the speed. The catcher's speed. They're always proud of their speed. Chris Stewart with a base hit bunt. Just a great night for Chris and a good night for the Pirates with the victory over the Brewers.
Good night on a great celebration and a remembrance of a very somber affair 14 years ago, but certainly a great deal of respect for all those that served, and certainly a great night of baseball here at PNC Park. As the Pirates win it over the Milwaukee Brewers by the score of 6-3, snapping a 7-game skid against the Brew Crew. A nice win, and Teague and I will break it all down next on Pirates Postgame.